Let's move on to the alerts page here. So this is where all the research that you've done becomes actionable. Okay, so one of the main challenges that I've always had, and I think a lot of traders have, is not so much the research and finding the setups, but it's how to consistently monitor them, and that's what the alerts feature is designed to solve. So obviously, new account here, we've just made that one that we did last video. When you kind of get going, you'll be able to have quite a few here. Look, some of those might only trigger, once a month, once every couple of months, but they're in there to notify me when those conditions do exist, because they are high probability setups, and I want to trade them when they occur. So so most of those started life, inside Data Lab, and then obviously set the alert, found the pattern that was interesting, clicked the add alert, saved it, etc. So let's just set an alert again just to go over it. So again, we're going into Monday morning. Okay, so obviously on Friday we had some pretty large moves on the Aussie. So what I'm going to do, I'm just looking at the outliers here, and I'm just going to have a look at, okay, futures rally and that session range over 100 points. So I want to have a look at all past days on the Oz 200 when those two conditions have been met. Okay. I want to add the context for the day. So the overnight futures dislocation is down about 45 points. So I just want to see what happens in those conditions when the market then collapses overnight in terms of the futures. So I might just go along and just kind of have a look. Most of the pre-market's positive here. Futures look biased to the downside. So this is kind of what I do every day. So we normally looks like we normally have a bit of a rally early, that first 15 minutes, and then maybe drift after that. Okay, so I'm just looking along, and then something like this will stand out to me. Okay, so this tells me in 100% of occurrences historically that the market has hit at least 20 points to intraday lows. Okay, so that's an interesting pattern. I want to save that. Does this mean that I'm just going to go 10 o'clock on Monday, going to short the market, close my eyes, and just wait for the 20 points to hit? No, it's just an interesting pattern. I want to keep that in the back of my mind. If my price momentum starts to go that way, I kind of know that that's, this is the kind of environment and distribution that I'll be targeting. So obviously show you last time how we can add the alert here, but you can also do it within the alerts here. So we can do it here. We'll call it let's go Oz 200 prior day rally overnight falls. Okay, and I'm going to say 100% of the time historically market has reached 20.2 lows. Okay, Aussie 200. And then I'm going to set the field. So I'm going to go ASX session range prior day. Let's go greater than 100. And I want to do futures prior day greater than 70. And then I want to do overnight futures dislocation less than -40. Okay. All right. And I just want in-app, and as soon as it's available. Okay. So I'm going to save that. So this is a condition now that Mosaic's constantly monitoring. Okay. So if those conditions occur, Mosaic will automatically notify me via push or email or both. So pretty simple idea. Instead of manually checking for all your favorite setups every day, the platform does the monitoring for you. So any combination you can think of, you can set a combination of filters inside it there. So they're the print alerts. So they're condition based on prior values that are known, okay, that have already completed. So live alerts allow you to monitor the market in real time, okay? So for example, if you look at the data on the Aussie again, once the market has a rally and hits, say, that 50-point to high mark, that's kind of the line in the sand where it doesn't often finish the day much lower than that, okay? There's support. Once there's that much bullishness in the market, it doesn't usually kind of finish a lot lower. So that's the trade of mine, is I like to know when that hits, and then any weakness, I'm comfortable kind of trading long. So let's call it Oz 200, 50 points. Okay, so we can just go Oz 200, ASX session high. I want to know when it crosses above 50 points, and I want to know every session. Okay, and I'm going to say, I don't know, set by limit orders below, something like that. Okay. All right. So what this is saying now is that it'll test every day. As soon as that ASX session high, Oz 200 ASX session high hits 50, that will trigger for me, okay, and it will alert me. So rather than sitting in front of the screen all day again, Mosaic monitors those conditions and notifies you immediately when they're triggered. So you can create these across multiple markets and sessions. It's just an extra set of eyes, essentially. Can be edited, paused, deleted, etc. So yeah, ultimately, alerts is just that extra step to turn your ideas and what you've found in Data Lab into actual workflows, okay? So research the pattern once, and then you don't have to keep remembering it and looking at it again. So just save it, let Mosaic monitor it, and then come back to the screens when your favorite conditions appear.